Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Fact, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Are you tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he dumping my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praise singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
And he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning out very fake data to us because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Maryann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
This is the Nation One Talk News and Sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Intermission Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts, and I am Maryann Okon. So good to have you join us on the show today. It is yet an abridged version of the show, yes, but Wednesday this week we'll have a full show. And I beg to differ. Students' debate continues today. Tomorrow they'll take a break and a breather on Wednesday, and then they'll be back on Thursday, bright and ready to compete. Of course, who will be the winner of this regional, of Lagos regionals, obviously, of the I Beg to Differ Students Debate Championship? Well, my name is Maryann Okon. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation on our WhatsApp. It's 0809597585. Interesting day. You know what? I've had an interesting day today, I must say. The list is long, and I also, just to add to the list of interesting things that happened to me today, I had a wardrobe malfunction. So this dress is practically stitched to my body. Yeah, kidding. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're going to start off with the big three stories. Obviously, everyone's talking about that list. 35, yet we've got about 100 and something nations to go, but we've got 35. But you see the incredible thing that or what I think is most interesting is that because we have, permit me to use the word clowns loosely, a few clowns on that list, it has somewhat overshadowed the career diplomats who are very deserving to be on that list. Don't forget that there are people who are very deserving, who've worked their way up to the position that they have been nominated for. Aside from the political appointees, permit me to use that word or that phrase, to describe the people who have made up the 35, aside from the career diplomats who also, so we say congratulations to those guys. We cannot allow them to suffer, because it's like we've forgotten about these guys who actually are deserving to be on that list, as opposed to, I'm not going to repeat the word, but welcome to the show. And you know how we start off the show, ladies and gentlemen. Did you have a great weekend? Because I did. I slept a lot, and I think I'm ready to go on the show this afternoon. And you know how we start the conversation. This is how we do it.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
It's 20.
The big weekend.
Welcome to the big weekend on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info FM. I'm Maryann Okon. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation if you're listening to us from anywhere around the world. Now, if you have not downloaded the Nigeria Info FM mobile application, go and do that right now, because you can take us everywhere you go. You can even listen to us if you are on the moon. Yes, if you're in space. And I was watching TV the other day and they were telling us that we're getting ready to send men to space. That's a good thing, isn't it? Well, let's start with this big story here with the Premium Times newspaper. Top story here says, parents of abducted Niger school children protest and accuse government of slow response. Protesting parents accuse the state government of neglect and slow response 8 days after the incident. Parents of the students abducted from the St. Mary's Catholic School, Papiri, in Agwara local government area of Niger State on Saturday, staged a peaceful protest accusing the state government of neglect and slow response 8 days after the incident. More than 200 parents gathered at the school premises where they registered their names and those of their missing children as part of a documentation exercise initiated by the government. Now, some parents travelled for several hours, many on motorcycles, to participate. Gunmen, we hear, had on 21st of November attacked this school, St. Mary's Catholic School, abducting over 300 pupils and 12 teachers. The attack occurred just days after kidnapping 26 schoolgirls in another part of the state. About 50 students reportedly escaped after 2 days in captivity, but the majority remain held by gunmen. Well, the parents are not taking it easy because they're not necessarily happy with how things have panned out. And it's interesting how government is really talking tough. And we've seen a few, people been released, even though the question marks surrounding it, and which has also led to a lot of tongues wagging about what exactly the government is doing if they're paying, they're paying ransoms behind our backs and not telling us the truth, even though the National Assembly has said, oh, well, we're not going to negotiate with terrorists. But what are we doing? No one's answering that question. I tried to get the presidential spokesperson to speak with me. Unfortunately, that did not necessarily yield anything. So I'm guessing that hopefully I might be able to push further to get them to talk to us and tell us exactly what's going on. But in dealing with this situation, do you necessarily think that the government knows exactly what they're doing in handling this whole insecurity situation? Is it more about politics for them, because everything seems to be about 2027? Are they really trying as much as possible to put an end to this in the best interest of Nigeria? Because if there is no Nigeria, there's no 2027. So do you think the government knows exactly what they're doing in dealing with these terrorists? I also just want to push out one story here. The Vanguard newspaper talked about insecurity. Bandits unleash terror in Kogi, Kano, Sokoto, and Kwara. And then I'm going to push this next story, which is something that happened in Ogun State. Yeah. So apparently, kidnappers abducted 6 real estate marketers in Ogun on the weekend. At least 6 Lagos-based real estate marketers have been abducted in Ogun State while on an inspection visit to a landed property in Oyebola village of Bafemi-Owode local government area. The group was in the community to assess their company's land ahead of a marketing drive when the incident occurred on Friday. The Ogun State Police Command confirmed this on Sunday night. The Commissioner of Police, Lanre Ogunlowo, said the command was immediately alerted and had since launched a search and rescue operation. This is going to be a reported statement. So they brought some marketers from Lagos to come and see land so that they can have the requisite information to market the land for members of the public who are interested. It was during their visit to the land that the 6 people were abducted, and this is a statement by Mr. Ogunlowo, who is, of course, the command spokesperson. Now, don't forget that this incident actually adds to the troubling wave of abductions across the country that I've just spoken about, which has renewed calls for decentralized policing structure. The state governments in the southwest recently had come together to talk about an issue of state policing. We saw the governors of the southwest, in Lagos, hosted by the Lagos State Governor, talking about what needs to be done about this issue of insecurity. And everyone's wondering if, that might be the solution. Don't forget that there are also people who are kicking against state policing, by the way. There are those who are saying, that these people will turn it into their private militia, blah, blah, blah. And so people are wondering, how soon can we get this business of security and securing our lives and property underway? But what's I'm sorry guys, I'm going to be talking too much today. Bear with me, because I want to be able to drive some information to you so that it would aid our conversation. Could it be that criminals have taken advantage of the lapses and the loopholes and the body language of the presidency and the governors across the country in handling this issue of insecurity, and now also are becoming best at it, which is the likes of what's happened in Ogun State, the kidnapping of real estate people? Because some of these things might just be some group of criminals who are saying, let us also be bandits now. They're paying ransom. Let's do our own. Could it also be that? Because whether we like it or not, people are watching. They're those who are watching the handling of this situation. The body language, the tone, the approach, the politicization of all that's happening under the nomenclature of terrorism and insecurity. So could it be that some people are beginning to take advantage of the situation, and so it's a free-for-all? And where does that leave us? Takes me to my next story, which is Tunde Bakare, who has recently found his voice, ladies and gentlemen. This is a story from the Punch newspaper saying, Trump targeting Nigeria's oil. And I don't need to play you that video because it was all over social media and everyone's watched it, yeah? But here's what Pastor Tunde Bakare, who is the serving overseer of the Citadel Global Community Church, claiming that the motive behind President Donald Trump's recent designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and his allegations of Christian genocide, is that the US president's interest is Nigeria's oil wealth. Now, according to Bakare, who spoke during a State of the Nation address at the Citadel Global Community Church on Sunday, He said the Trump administration considers Nigeria's oil wealth, other mineral resources, and critical sectors such as real estate as central to its agenda. He added that Trump was also keen on Nigeria's role in the value chain of emerging technologies, which he described as major pillars of the American leaders' foreign and economic policy. The address marked Bakare's first public reaction since Trump's October 31 redesignation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern and his subsequent gun-blazing, fast, vicious, and sweet attacks on terrorists in Nigeria comment, which has triggered swift responses from President Bola Tinubu's administration. Now, I'm not going to fault anything. I mean, it's an open debate and we can all keep talking about it. But if our administrations, previous, and of course the one that's sitting here, because whether we like it or not, and I'm not going to play that game, the Tinubu administration campaigned on insecurity. That's what they rolled into power with. And I'm going to play you that clip again of the vice president saying that he was going to lead the troops. So they know, it's not like they did not know what they were going into. So if they had dealt with this issue of insecurity front and center, what would give America any voice? Not even Trump. What would give Trump any voice to speak on us as a country of particular concern if our leaders were leading? And this also goes to Tunde Bakare because he was also a running mate of the man who plunged us further into this darkness. Huh? Anyway, let's talk, guys. I have 2 minutes before we go for our very first break. There are very interesting clips here that I have. Of course, over the weekend, Aline Dume and the Senate president had a little, they had words, to put it loosely, on the floor of the Senate. Apparently, Aline Dume was trying to say we do not have the kind of equipment in terms of what we need in orbit to be able to get clearer images and track that. We don't have the kind of drones that the US has, like when the US had to come and save somebody who was kidnapped in our country, their citizen. They had to move their drone over our space to be able to pick and find, pinpoint the location. We don't have it. But Akpabio was arguing with him, and it almost turned into an argument that could have turned into something else. But anyway, he was overridden. And then a few hours later, Aline Dume was on television speaking about it. And this video is courtesy of Channels Television. Before we go on a break, I want to play that clip. And then, of course, a former spokesperson for Vice President Kashim Shettima and former member of the Northern Elders Forum, Baba Ahmed, is going to be talking also about the kind of people he thinks made up that diplomatic list. Did Mr. President do the right thing, or are this the best that the country can offer? 0201277093. I can take one quick call, and when we come back, the phone lines are going to be open to you all so that we can talk. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Andrew.
Ambrose, you have 60 seconds, quickly.
They say bird of same feather, they flock together. Show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So I'm not surprised at the list. We have so many questionable characters, and they have spoken for and against this government severally. And Mr. President has decided that they are the only people that can represent Nigeria, 200 and something million Nigerians. So you can understand, where we are coming from. And I'm not surprised anyway. So let the list, let them go. But I can tell you, those diplomats, they won't give them those juicy countries. It's these African countries they will give them. Go and write it down. The juicy places are for politicians. All these places like US, Canada, Britain, and all of that.
Thank you very much, Ambrose. We've got to go on a break, Lagos.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Delicious meals, don't compromise, go for gold.
Choose Gold Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
One cube, endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
Mom's love is pure. It's so no, she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra Oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
Coming soon, an unfiltered conversation with President of the Mighty Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Baba Njirizarma. What's true, what's misunderstood, and what must change? The unheard voices of Magban, only on Nigeria Info 99.3. Don't miss it.
Round by round, match by match, the journey continues. On Monday, the quarterfinals in this edition of I Beg to Differ Season 9 take the competition another step forward. At 4 p.m., Ideal Crystal School faces Great Solid Rock College on the topic, Artificial Intelligence Can Improve Political Decision Making. And at 5 p.m., Wellspring College meets Honeyland Schools in this phase of the battle. The topic, Aluminium Cans are the most sustainable packaging for beverages. Step by step, match by match, the I Beg to Differ tournament continues. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Join Femi Obanganyo's on Monday for this showdown. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools, now 8. 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College, and Finna Microfinance Bank. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, SEC 0209-462-1168, 0916-772-3240. Announcer, FSRCC.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria Info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Well, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome
Welcome to Nigeria Info, where the news sparks conversation.
The Miete Ala Cattle Breeders Association has condemned the sanctions against them.
They are finished. We're like a sour soup waiting for someone to warm up. We have to wake up to the House of Assembly. We have to wake up to the House of Senate.
All this talk about voodoo is nonsense. If I had any authority, I'll fire
him. The football team is as bad as the economy of the country.
If you listen to both ends of the argument, whether it's the one where there is a genocide or the one where there's no genocide.
So ever since they have been saying they have been defeating and killing and the rest of them, it's like
what they are just interested in now is who is coming to their party, who is not coming to their party.
So what will we call this one now? Chibok 3.0?
This is your space to listen, share, and be heard. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's #1 talk, news, and sports radio station. Let's talk.
And talk we shall. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation from anywhere in the world, but most importantly on X, you can use the hashtag #HardFact. We're Nigeria Info on X. On Facebook, we're Nigeria Info 99.3. On WhatsApp, 08095975805. You could also join the conversation. If you are listening from outside of the country, you can call. You're allowed to call our Facebook, our Instagram, our WhatsApp. What's happening to me? I think it's many interesting things that have happened to me today. Anyway, for our diaspora listeners, you can call WhatsApp. You're the only ones that are allowed to call WhatsApp. It's 08095975805. Join the conversation. Does our government have any idea what they're doing in terms of handling this issue of insecurity? And could criminals be taking advantage of the loopholes and the lapses on the body language of government to spread the insecurity abroad in Nigeria? Also, how do you feel about Pastor Bakare's claim against Donald Trump and his interest in our oil and our other mineral resources? I'd like to hear your thoughts. But first, let's go to Senator Lindume, who was not necessarily happy that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, did not let him speak on the issue of Nigeria getting the right kind of equipment if we really are interested in dealing with insecurity. Here's what he had to say, courtesy of Channels Television.
Factual. Then he can enlighten me. But how can he? I know, I take it. I take so many things these days, and it's embarrassing sometimes. How can he say, for example, don't go there? If I'm a senator.
Maybe it's because it's a sensitive security matter.
No, if it is sensitive, then up initio will say that this motion is sensitive because we want to discuss everything that matters about it. But what is sensitive besides the information I'm giving? I know that Opabio has been in the business of communication, but that doesn't mean that somebody like Ndume is ignorant. I'm in the business of GSM too before I came into politics. So at least, and even every Nigerian, and in fact everybody. But you know that we have one of the fundamental problems we have in the security sector is that we don't have ability to track criminals real time. And the satellite we are talking about, Nigeria has only 4, and one is, as you say, it has issues, but we have 4. That is big, not factual. Then he can enlighten me. But how can he? I know, I take it. I take so many things these days, and it's embarrassing sometimes. How can he say, for example, don't go there?
Okay, so that's Senator Lindume there speaking about our tracking system and us being able to really pinpoint where these guys are. And that's a serious issue. But then he was shut down on the floor of the Senate by Senator Godswill Akpabio, who is the Senate President. But here's another member of the National Assembly speaking on insecurity.
South. The writer, George Orwell, made a very profound statement, which I will quote. He says that in times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. We are being told every day to be patriotic. We are being told here that we shouldn't say anything against. We are being told that, oh, you shouldn't talk about the past. You should focus on the present. Yet, on this floor, Rather than focus on what we're supposed to talk about, we go back to say, oh, during 2015, oh, the Chibok girls happened, and oh, we are now rescuing people. People were not rescued at that time. During Chibok, 17 local governments in Katsina were not having parleys with bandits. People in Kebbi were not leaving all the rural areas and coming to only the urban areas to stay. People in Niger were not being kidnapped. So why do we need to? At any time we need to talk about the present issues of today. We go back to start to look for excuse for our failures of today. I only want to say, let us do the right thing. We're not blaming this government for what they are finding itself, but it is the government in power, and they should do the right thing. What are the right things? We take only one example. The governor of Kebbi said that somebody ordered troops out and people were kidnapped. South.
Well, that's a member of the Senate there calling a spade and not a shovel. 0201-277-0993, Join the conversation. It's hard facts, and these are the big weekend stories, and mostly comprised of insecurity. Let's go. 60 seconds is all you have. Go straight to the point. Turn off your radio, please.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
No, you're not allowed to call the ladies' line. Thank you very much for calling. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yes, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Yes, okay. Yeah, we have someone on the line.
Go ahead.
Yes, it is not today. As a matter of fact, none of these political office holders, especially the National Assembly or the top rank, needed to tell us what we already know. We already know that there is no intentionality about copying these things. There is no political will about copying, this particular disturbing madness that is going on in terms of insecurity and kidnappings. As a matter of fact, like what Ndume said, we all know. Many times we have these questions. Why must they use kinetic? Why must, even in our various homes, we have CCTV cameras? And what this camera is to capture the real time. So what has happened? A whole country Mr. President cannot stay even right there in Nassau Rock and be watching what is happening right there in the bush. We know of Netanyahu. Even right there, now he wanted to, attack the Hezbollah chief right there in Tel Aviv, Israel. Right there in Tel Aviv, Israel. He got him and he made sure that, he assassinated him. This is the way to go about it.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
You're not allowed to call the female line. Please do not call the female line. If you are male, call your male line. It's working. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Raymond from Lekki.
Go ahead, Raymond.
First of all, Pastor Tunde Bakare has apologized to Nigeria for joining this bad wagon to protect the 20% in the name of self Nigeria Jews or take it back. APC is a very fake government. They apply propaganda, deceit and lie every now and then.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's not me. That was your network. I'm so sorry. Please call me back if you can. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Sorry about that. That wasn't me too. Hello.
Hi, Maryann.
Hello. Good afternoon.
All right. Rap rich way, my name.
Go ahead.
Maryann. Yeah, I work.
Good.
Okay. What is happening in our country is heartbreaking, honestly. Look at this shrew abducted now in, I think it's Kogi, St. Mary's Catholic school or something like that.
That's Niger State. The most recent is
All
our own
right.
state.
All right. Niger State. Okay. Yeah, sorry for that. Well, the governor should know what to do. Use the same method they applied in rescuing others and rescue these children, because their parents will be in an emotional feeling now. The state of There be some of them are even having depression by now. So let them use the same magic, because they don't want to tell us whether it's the ransom they are paying. If it's swap they are doing, then it is rescue these children. It's very important.
All right.
Yeah, and
Thank you very
someone
much.
is there defending our oil.
Thank you very much for calling. 60 seconds is what everybody has, please. Stick to your 60 seconds. We appreciate you for calling. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, turn off your radio.
Yeah, Maryann Okon, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, Emeka is the name from Satellite Town. Does it not baffle you that the so-called honorable members on the floor of the Senate, the way they discuss issues, you will even enjoy, I beg to differ, much better than what these people are doing in the Senate. It's more like a comic environment. You know, it's that you're standing on the mandate of the president, or you're not allowed to speak the truth or say the way it is. That's why Ndume is being shut down whenever he tries to say the way it is. You know, you even enjoy the kids when kids are beg to differ, lacerate and national issues, especially national issues. You enjoy it much better than the leadership of Godswill Akpabio. It's quite unfortunate. And like you suggested, of course, it's possible that most criminals are hiding under the cloak of these terrorists this time to carry out kidnapping, because it has become a criminal enterprise, one that is thriving immensely. So it's also the failure of the state, not just the body language, the failure of the state to be needful. That's why people now see it as a thriving venture. It's unfortunate that we are where we are today.
All right, Emeka, thank you very much for calling. I'm going to take some calls on WhatsApp. I think this is Good Luck Mwagozi calling us live from England. Hello, Good Luck.
Time to carry out kidnapping, because it has become a criminal enterprise.
Hello. Good luck.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, my dear sister, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. I just want to make a little contribution. It's obvious, like one of my professors used to say those days, that Nigeria is indeed an unholy marriage. I don't know why we have different laws that they apply in different parts of the country. It's unfortunate that innocent citizens are going through this experience. I remember those days in the 60s and 70s. You can travel from Boko to Borno to anywhere. You can travel from Lagos, even at night or day, without the fear of being kidnapped or killed. As I speak to you now, I don't even know how Nigerians are going to travel this festive Christmas period that is coming. Because it's obvious that going by road in Nigeria, I don't know how going by road looks like. Most Nigerians abroad, if they feel like coming home, they're afraid of coming home because they don't know what will happen to them next.
The people that are coming from abroad, are they coming by road?
No, when they enter the country, they're not gonna go by road now and going by air. Most of the airlines, like if you go to book now, they'll tell you most of the airlines are fully booked for just few days that people will go to their different states to go and celebrate. Even if you're getting any seat, I don't know whether they are reserving it for some people. If you try to book online now that you want to go to the east, or it's unfortunate.
Thank you very much. Good luck for calling. I'm just going to let you go because of time. I'm going to try to make let other people join the conversation. But before I go back to the phone lines, let's read some of the messages that are coming in on WhatsApp and on our social media live stream. Let's start with Facebook Live. Thank you, Denison. Obonyo Peter says, list of ambassadorial nominees. Some of the names on the list are, for me, Na Shakara, Now, wow, my Nawa story for the week. God's will. Thank God willing, he says. A.B. Ambo here says, in the name of God, we need the help of a powerful nation like America. Nothing will change unless that help comes. We see them on social media platforms bragging about their murderous enterprises. What other evidence do we need to realize that northern Nigeria and some parts of the southwest are now a playground for terrorists? There is something suspicious about the audacity. It is like that of a boy whose father told him to go and plunder his neighbor's food store. He goes bashing the door with his head. There are people in Tinubu's government that have their hands in banditry and terrorism bedeviling Nigeria. Thank you, Chineyem Obianaju, for your message. I do appreciate it. Adedayo Dada here says, your ambassadorial list is just loyalty, na cash and carry, objection, na mortuary. Everybody gets agenda with their mercenary enterprise. It's all party loyalist compensation, not based on capacity, competence, or credibility. So you have people Your message is so long. Who rig elections? Your message is very long, so I'm just going to skip it. Thank you very much for your message. Let me go to someone says, as we're talking now, yesterday bandits kidnapped 11 people at a farm in my village. What village are you from, Abdullahi? Is it in Kogi? Is it Kwara? Let me know, please. Okay, on WhatsApp, this one says, you see these kidnapping and abductions are real business enterprises where the actors are heavily being paid in dollars. Look at the video of the young lad that posted to show us how much they made in a month. What an incredible embarrassment. Bayo from Ikeja. It is. But just say something bad now about any politician. They know where you live. That's the part that makes me really wonder if the government really knows what they're doing in terms of dealing with this insecurity, or are we just playing to the gallery? And I asked the same question that I asked earlier on. If we had leadership that showed true leadership and dealt with insecurity that they have all campaigned on, whether it be APC, PDP, all of them campaigned on it. If they had dealt with it, will we need America to be acting like our school teacher? And then now we're having to politicize the matter and say, oh, yes, they are coming for our oil. Yes, they may be. But who opened the door to it is the question. This one here says, why wouldn't they have technology when they were busy spending money on themselves instead of funding the military and institution? Like what Mr. Mba will always say, shame on them. This is from Ifeanyi. Henry from Shagamu says, it's shameful to see that the president, who's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, is busy with the 2027 election campaign instead of tackling the menace of insecurity. He says, we are really a disgraced nation, according to Donald Trump. Well, I hope not. Sean here says, it is said that when you leave the cracks on the wall, lizards and frogs will enter. Simply, what I'm saying is that it is the ineffectiveness of our government due to lack of political will, religious bias and ethnic sentiment that has given these terrorists the audacity to act as they will, even to the point of showing the spoils on social media, even having fans join people on their live stream, and our government cannot track them. Why should we not allow other countries come to handle what our government has refused to handle with ease? Sean, you make an interesting case, but I don't know. Ayo here says, Tinubu is only compensating people he sees as helping his cause in 2027. Igbokwe and Shehu Sani will be rewarded. National Assembly are part of the executive, don't want insecurity to be discussed. Who is sponsoring the bandits? We need to stop politicians who care less of us. Bandits are posting on social media. No one's been arrested. I am bridling my tongue today. This one says, can you please ask the Kwara State governor why he's still holding the released people kidnapped after the church attack? Since the publicized release, they're yet to be united with their families. Is the government giving them lecture on what to say or what? Or is it another state-sponsored kidnapping? Something is definitely wrong somewhere. Something is not right, he says. Kingi, I cannot necessarily ascertain if I see. Nigeria is an interesting place. Yomi from Maryann Okon here says, Happy New Month. Well, Happy New Month. I don't know what's happy about it because they're kidnapping people every other day. I don't know if it's... Anyway, it's coming. It's coming like a storm at the ocean. Last month, Kwara State, now Ogun State, is just 2 hours from Lagos. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway has become another terrorist coven. APC government has mortgaged Nigerian security for personal ambition. The devil cannot attack the devil. They can't release any list, he says. This one says, anyone surprised about the names of some questionable characters in the ambassadorial list must be a learner. It's getting clearer, the colors that this government is made of. Let's not forget that the same way God chooses his angels, so does he allow both Satan and other principalities to choose their agents. Please, let's not waste our precious time on unprofitable issues like this. One, because they have no mind of responding to positive criticism in a positive way. Second base, Jerry, he says, Steve from Mijaniki. Here's what Mr. Baba Ahmed had to say about those names on the list. Take a quick listen, and then, of course, I'll take some more calls. This is courtesy of Channels Television, by the way.
Who should he yield the floor to? He should find someone within his party, a younger person, a healthier person, a more focused person, and make him his candidate. He can. If he can run this government, get all these people out of the PDP to come and join him, he's amassed every power that he needs, but he's not running the country.
Politically speaking, is that plausible? Would you do the same if you were in his shoes?
Yes. If I don't have the physical capacity, the mental capacity, or
does it look like he doesn't?
Well, look, the last 2 months, or at least let's go back to since this Trump thing, I didn't see a president who should respond to an emergency or a challenge in this manner, with this manner and the spirit that he should. I didn't see it. And it's not just on this issue. Oh. The truth is that Nigeria has deteriorated so badly that we cannot continue to run things as if they're normal.
Give me a moment, sir. We need to take another break.
I played the wrong clip, but that's still Dati Baba. Sorry, that's not Dati. That's Dati's elder brother. I beg your pardon. Hakim Baba Ahmed there. I wanted to play you the clip where he talked about the fact that thieves cannot be seen on that list. But then this is him saying that the president should not run for 2027 because he lacks the capacity and that he's not handling the country pretty well. Let's talk. I've got about 3 minutes before we go on another break. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi. Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Yeah, you see, Tunde Bakare should tell it to the Marines. If the Americans are interested in our oil, so be it. Are we benefiting from our resources?
Why should America be interested in our oil? It is our oil.
Well,
We're a sovereign state. They shouldn't be able to touch it.
If that is what he's saying, somebody wants to come and help you to solve your problems, and you're saying they're interested in our oil, they're interested in our resources.
But really, have you asked yourself, is America really willing to help us? Because they've been here with us the whole time, from Chibok to now.
They have their interest. You see, America is one country.
Thank you
Whatever
for answering.
They're doing,
Thank
America
you for answering
first.
that question.
America first.
Go ahead.
America first. It's unlike Nigeria. That would be me first. America is me. America first. So they have their interest. Yes, but are we benefiting from the oil? Are we benefiting from the resources in the first place, Nigerians?
But because we're not benefiting from it, doesn't mean that we should let any other person steal it.
Should we allow this to continue when somebody says they want to help you? If they can let them come and do what they want to do and help us get out of this mess.
Okay.
Enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I do not know if because the water that we use to bathe the baby is dirty, should we throw it up with the baby in it? I don't know. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Mary.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you. Mary, I want to ask all those people, all those men that we are going to Freedom Park that time to go and protest. I want to ask them how far. Because they are staying there castigating Jonathan this, and we were all enjoying Nigeria at that time. Before you know, they say it's their own turn. It's their turn now to destroy Nigeria, and they have ended up in destroying this country, turning this country upside down. They can no longer sleep. Upon all, say there's no food. There is nothing to enjoy in this country. And see, they put fear. So they will take that fear of bandits to be ruling this country, to put in fear in us, so that they will be able to take over this country by themselves. My happiness is that whatever anybody do, no matter who you are, you must reap it. Or your children will reap it. Because people are not smiling. Look at how Nigeria is now. Everything has scattered. Nigeria of pride of yesterday has become a skeleton, a shame of
all right. Thank you very much for calling.
God will judge them.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. People are really not happy, yeah? I've got about 40 seconds, so let me read some more messages. When we come back from that quick break, I can take a few more calls, okay? Is Nigeria going the way of Afghanistan? Remember, Afghanistan is still has a president in exile. Stan from Paris. What does that even mean? This one here says, Tunde Bakare is a disgrace to Christianity in Nigeria for saying that President Trump is after Nigeria's mineral resources when he offered to help. Bakare has shown that he's nothing more than a tribalistic, self-centered politician pretending to be a pastor. I pity anyone who still sees him as a pastor. Kennedy from VI. Wow, that's a lot to unleash on a pastor.